hello, we have one more additional scene. For example, let's click the asset here and then go to the scene here, right? There's a scene 4 solar example, right? So double click the Unity file to jump to basically activate the Unity scene. If we click the play button, then we can see how it works. Okay, in the console panel, right? So we can see the solar latitude and day and hour, yeah, so that we are able to calculate the angle of some vector. Okay, and also we have some UI, so that actually you can play with this UI to calculate the sum vector here. So this is the we actually starting number 1, right, to all the way 365 here. I think this is the summer, right? And time is usually, this is the noon, right? And the latitude here, yeah. So these are the latitude, I guess, for Seoul or New York or Boston, I guess, if I correct, put the right latitude here. So okay, let's jump to the code to see how it works. So there's a solar basic here. Okay, so in order to use this solar class, we need to import the NJS library here. So if you pull this code from GitHub, it automatically updates the DLL file. Okay, this new keyword is create the object out of this class, right? And then also we wanted to use this solar in that class scope, right? So that I just declare the out of this the scope here. Here we just create this the solar class and as an object, and then store the value of this class, right? And then so that we are able to access the value during the update, right? So here simply put the name and update sun, and then give us the parameter, which is the latitude and day and time. And then we also need to get the sun the rotation value. Then the get quaternion is the function to get the rotation. So we basically get the unity vector and then just update this the sun the position of the sun here. Oh, also we have here latitude and time and day. I make them as public so that we are able to access here. Okay, let me click the main. So we have the latitude. Okay, so I think I need to activate this class and deactivate. Yeah, so that I'm able to directly control the value in the Unity inspector, right? Okay, let's jump to the other example. Yeah, solar scene, don't want, play. I think the second example is the place where we can control the UI. So yeah, I mean, the purpose of the first example is to create the object out of this class and then use the two functions to update the vector of the sun. And other than that, identical, as the first example, but we just create some other sort of functions to bind the UI with the parameter for the solar here. So I think this is very inefficient because every time this code is happening, so I think we can put this one out of this update. We can put it in the start, right? But at the same time, we need to bind this variable with this function which is updating in that scope, right? So that we need to create some value like here, latitude, oops, maybe not public, float latitude, and this is latitude, day is integer, right? Float time, yeah. So this variable is indicating this variable, right? Meaning that this one is also indicating the identical the variable, so that we are able to use the same value. Yeah, I think this is better practice. Actually, you can copy this one to here. Yeah, so same as the previous example, only what I added it is this function to select the UI and then get the value, right? To update this latitude, the day and time. I guess this is not a good sort of practice, to be honest. Okay, sorry. I mean, okay, so the reason I'm saying is because we just get the value here, right? So it meaning that I think this is, I can leave this sort of homework to you guys. Okay, let me open the Unity. If I open, yeah, as I mentioned, the start is happening only one time, but after that, there is no way to bind this sort of value here, right? So I think I can do for only latitude. Then rest of them is gonna be your homework, okay? So we can comment it out, right? And this is a slider, right? So I can put the latitude slider, right? And then okay, component. Oh, okay. So, okay. Because I made this example like a week ago. I'm just trying to remember what I did. So I think this is the better practice is like that. Okay, we have this one, right? So actually, we don't need this one. All right. So here, float latitude equal this let slider get value. I think we can access directly. Oh, this is game object. Okay, then we can, okay. I'm hesitating because it's not that important for now, but for performance optimization, I think it's better to have the slider in this scope. Yeah, slide. I think it's better. Okay, component, just like that. Comment it out, right? So what it does is when it executes this class, this is happening only one time, right? So okay, let this slide for value here, right? So basically we parse the slider and then store this variable inside of this class, right? So that we don't need to get the component every time during the loop, okay? So what we need to do is simply do like put the variable and value and multiply, because it is normalized value 0.1, right? So we wanted to convert. Oh, okay, this is latitude, right? Okay, latitude is, as I mentioned, the photo mapping. You know, I can open this. So think about it. We have map like oh, okay. Oh, what's wrong? Okay. So this is the sphere, right? Right, just like that. So we call this position x and the 0, 0 latitude and longitude, right? Longitude stands for the x-axis. The latitude is y-axis. So if you goes up for the northern hemisphere, we're gonna add a number like 10 or 50, the 90 degrees indicating the North Pole. And then if you go down, we can apply the minus number, right? So the maximum is minus 90. Minimum is 90. The maximum is just plus 19. Okay, just like that. And the other one way around is along the longitude. if you go to that direction, we can put like a 180, which is positive, and the other one is the minus 180, all the way here, right? So this is the sort of number that we use, right, for mapping. So here, basically, the return value is normalized value between 0 to 1. So here, as you can see, we wanted to apply the 180, right? And then minus 90. So that we are always get the number minus 90 and plus 90. Yeah. So basically we did some remap. Okay, we can put latitude here and then simply copy this value to here, right? So what it does is when it executes for one time, we try to parse the slider and then store save the slider inside of this class. And then every loop, we just calculating, there's no latitude here, right? So float latitude just like that. So every loop, we do not need to access the slider because we already parse it, right? So that we are able to access the value without the get component function. And then this is sort of the remap sort of functions, so that we are able to save the correct latitude value that we're gonna apply to the sun, and then console here. So yeah, I believe you guys can follow me because we have previous steps and lesson that we did, right? These are pretty much about it, yeah, because we did discuss something related to the solar things, so I just created this example. And then you guys can pull this code out of this GitHub that I sent to you in the Discord. If you have any question, please let me know and leave any comment about these examples. Great, thank you.